Welcome back to the news at 10. The Niger Delta Development Commission says it will continue to initiate and fund projects geared towards entrepreneurial development to check rising unemployment among youths in the Niger Delta. The Director, Youth, Sports and Women's Affairs of the NDDC said the agency is passionate about talent development in the area of arts and entertainment.
A popular saying goes, if you want to be in the top 1% of entrepreneurs, you need to be born with the talent to do it and have the opportunity and training to take advantage of the talent. That's taking place in the Ebitimo Banigo Hall of the University of Port Harcourt. Here, the Niger Delta Development Commission is partnering with Funky 4 Foundation to locate potential artists who can be groomed to add value to society in no distant time.
I am just too amazed of the talents, the bunch of talents in Uniport, and we must have to do something about that. This is indeed a pilot program. We must come back here fully prepared to catch the talented ones, the gifted ones, and develop you people.
We have hundreds of musicians, comedians, what have you. But what makes you stand out from the other is that thing called value. Seek it, look for it, have it, and to profit you. Bless you. Suffering time.
The motivation is to channel the energies of young people into a more productive venture, away from the scourge of idleness, cultism and unemployment. And the university authorities believe talent development has become a very important part of self-employment.
It is not only hands-on experience or vocational skills. As he rightly said, the talent, what you know you have a flair for, has become a very important part of self-employment and creating jobs, and also as a way of poverty alleviation. And the University of Port Harcourt has keyed into it seriously.
Some of the participants take the stage to show off their talent. Beneficiaries also speak on the impact of the program.
It taught me something that what I know is not just what the world will take. It's not just the standard of the world. I have to be 1 or 2 steps ahead.
The NDDC says it will take the program round the universities in the 9 states of the Niger Delta.
Let's take a look at some business news now. Here's Anne Waudu.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Ijoma. Welcome to the world of business. The federal government is determined to encourage more companies to list on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And this is coming from the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, during his visit to the Nigerian Stock Exchange today. On the plan to tackle economic challenges, the Vice President says there is need to partner with the broker-dealer community. Our correspondent Temple Ashaju reports.
It's an unusual day at the Nigerian Stock Exchange as tighter securities surrounds Customs Street, with the broker-dealer community and management set to host the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. He arrives on the trading floor after a closed-door meeting with the council members, asking for their support to drive economic growth.
All of us, the private sector and government, must work hand in hand at this time. This is a time of great challenges, and it is always everywhere in the world. The stock exchange very quickly recognizes where there is an economic challenge.
The president of the local board, Mr. Aigbeja Aikimokwede, did not reveal the focus of the meeting, but he acknowledges the vice president's interest in the market.
I want to thank you most sincerely, also with the members of your team who came to see us and interact with us today. And we look forward to the follow-up discussions that we will have, as you indicated, during our time with you.
After sounding the closing gong, the Vice President tells journalists he would like to encourage more listings.
I think the most important thing is that there is engagement already on listings. As you know, several major companies have already indicated that they want to be listed on the stock exchange. And I think that for privatized companies, because they are privatized, the decision is not necessarily the decision of government. The decision has to be the decision of the new owners.
With the Vice President's visit, traders are delighted to have a pride of place in the Muhammadu Buhari administration.
It shows confidence. It shows the fact that government sees the capital market as also a partner in achieving the goals, that they seek to attain.
The Vice President doubles as the chairman of the National Economic Team, a committee that traders have longed to be represented in. Perhaps this visit has brought answers to this yearning. Temple Oshaju, Channels Television News.
And still staying with the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the bulls could not sustain yesterday's momentum as the all-share index dropped 0.19% at the close of trading today. To tell us more on that, Millicent Walker joins us now.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The local stock market reversed Thursday's gains as transactions at the exchange ended the week on a negative note with a 0.19% drop in the all-share index. Market capitalization now stands at 9 trillion naira. Investors' appetite for stocks was lower as the market recorded a turnover of 2.25 million shares worth 2.63 billion naira, all traded in 3,346 deals. Standard Alliance Insurance pulled the highest volume of shares of 2.11 billion naira. Zenith Bank and Sterling Bank were also among the most actively traded stocks for the day. In price performance, Wema Bank, Farmadeco and Africa Prudential registrars led 15 other stocks on the gainers category, while WAPCO, 7up and Okumu Oil also led 16 other decliners. And that's the Stock Market Report. I'm Millicent Walker.
Thanks a lot, Millicent. Most global markets closed lower as investors paused for breath following the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's victory and a sharp slide in oil prices. Let's check out the numbers. Thanks for watching Business News on the last trading day of the week. Have a profitable week. I am Anne Nwawadu.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Anne. Union Bank PLC has launched elite banking services for its customers in the nation's capital. According to the bank's head of Elite and Royal Banking Services, the new service will enable elite customers to have a personalized relationship with the bank. Other benefits to elite customers include unlimited access to airport lounges across the world with priority pass, preferential access to Union Bank-sponsored events, and exclusive lifestyle discount.
The atmosphere here is relaxed and full of fun as officials of the Union Bank PLC meet with customers at the official launch of the elite banking services in Abuja. The head of the Elite and Royal Banking Services, Mrs. Dayo Dulati, explains what the new service stands for its customers.
What we're really talking about is personalized service. And the difference is this kind of personalized service is usually reserved for private banking customers. And we are saying the emerging middle class. So a person who is an entry-level staff member in any formal organization, in a bank or a telco, that sort of person is an elite customer.
Other officials of the bank also state the reasons behind the bank's decision to roll out this service for their teeming customers.
Our focus is to actually understand the needs of the customers, define those needs and meet those needs.
Meanwhile, the bank's executive director in charge of public sector explained other innovations by the bank to meet the needs of its customers.
The need of our corporate customers is different from the needs of our commercial customers, which is also different from the needs of our retail customers. And because of that, we need to have specialization in the respective areas so that we can render efficient and credible services to the respective customer group.
Some customers who have benefited from the new services explain the gains of being an elite customer in Union Bank.
The fact that I get discount from a whole lot of shops, so to me that's very interesting, and I also get a priority pass card that gives me access to VIP lounges anywhere I travel.
Union Bank PLC is one of Nigeria's oldest bank that has survived through the years, even during difficult financial times. Officials attribute the successes of the bank to innovations such as the elite banking services, which the bank continued to develop to meet its customers' specific needs.
The Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board says it's strictly implementing the Nigerian Content Act in order to boost manufacturing and infrastructure, as well as manpower and technology. The Executive Secretary of the board, represented by the Director Planning, Research and Statistics, stated this during the unveiling of the institute.
About 5 years ago, the Nigerian Institute of Welding, supported by the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, the Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company and its joint venture partners, commenced a journey for the development of the required manpower to undertake welding works in the oil and gas industry in the country. After the conception of that dream, the stakeholders are joined by the local community for the unveiling of the Nigerian Institute of Welding, Center for Non-Destructive and Destructive Testing of Materials in Imasabo community in Edo State. The president of the Nigerian Institute of Welding, Dr. Solomon Edebi, highlights the importance of this facility.
The Institute would like to work collaboratively under the guidance and support of NCDMB and other IOCs to continue progress of the completion of this well-defined and inclusive governance framework for sustainability and effective utilization of this facility for welding training, qualification, certification of welding personnel, procedure and materials.
Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, on its part, believes the center will be of immense benefit to the Nigerian economy.
While we celebrate this feat, we are mindful of the current economic environment, lull in business and threats to these capacities. It cannot be overemphasized that we need to work together to see the facilities such as this NIW testing center be put to full use by industry stakeholders.
Goodwill messages also poured in from different stakeholders.
This center, we should try to ensure proper use and maintenance of the facilities.
This is not only a project for this community, it is a project for Nigeria, it is a project for Africa, for which we are very proud.
Key industry stakeholders and invited special guests embark on inspection and commissioning of the facilities. This center, which has been described as the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, is expected to help actualize the job creation drive of the federal government.
Next on the news at 10, Super Eagles set to confront Algeria in the biggest African qualifying match for the 2018 World Cup. And that will be on sports. Do stay with us.